Hello, everyone. It's your man Spin Nation here with my man Riders Up. Tim, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful now that we have all of our technical difficulties worked out. So sorry for the
Yeah,
little bit of a late start here, but I just updated my computer and I came on and couldn't get anything to work. So we had to fix all that real quick.
exactly. Yeah. We were trying to, exactly. We were trying to get things organized, but we're here. We're ready for a great night of racing up in the Assiniboia. It looks like a nice night there, and we're ready for some action.
Week number 2 at
Yes.
Assiniboia Downs. So still mostly 5 furlongs tonight. We do have 5.5 mixed in tonight, but nothing further than that. Couple of small fields early on, but later on we got a couple of decent fields, and we finish out the night with what I think is a really competitive race and 9 horses.
Yes, exactly. So that's exciting. So happy to everybody in to have already, buddy. Everybody. Got Ryan, Malathot, Bob, Dennis. How are you, bud? Yeah, I got your message, Dennis, but our things are having trouble adding people tonight, so it's just gonna be Tim and I. But we'll have you on sometime soon for sure.
Hit us up Thursday for the lounge.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just having trouble. Ryan Gallivan, how are you, buddy? What's going on, my man?
Yeah,
Our
Ryan, it really is. Typically, the horses kind of run into shape up here, and you see that a lot. And starting out early on, we see lots of 5 furlong races. They are mixing in 1 or 2 5.5s tonight. We'll see the 6s soon, and then we'll go 2 turns and 7s after that. So we will definitely head in a different direction after a couple weeks here. We
yeah,
even have a horse tonight, Sean, running back on a week. This is what we talk about all the time.
yeah, exactly. Yep. And yeah, Ryan is very similar to Woodbine because these horses don't run during the winter, and often the April and March are very cold up there. They don't have the time to run into shape like you go down to Gulfstream and you can work at beautiful palm meadows and being 80 degrees. So the exactly so the time to get stretched out, they have to go slowly but surely. Woodbine does the same thing, and now Woodbine's already up to the mile races, but they had to take a couple of weeks first before to let the horses stretch their legs. Hey, Stevie, how are you?
Welcome in, Stevie. Glad to
Welcome.
have
Bob
everybody here.
Jackson's
We're
in.
already 3 minutes in, Sean. We're already up to 42 viewers.
Love it. Love seeing
Welcome
you all.
in. We have first race here. I was trying to see. We're about 5 minutes away, Sean. As usual,
Yep.
I'll take the first race. So we do have a scratch of the 3 horse in here. We're only down to a 4 horse field, but you know that's never kept us from getting excited before. So tell me what you like, and we'll figure it out here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, this is interesting. So obviously, the 2-5 favorite is half of the wrapper. Wendy Anderson, interesting, claimed this horse right at the end of the meet last year and has held on to this horse since then. First, she's 20% off the claim, so obviously not a bad thing. And this horse really does love the 5.5, 6 out of 9 in the money. But notice only 2 wins. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's more thirds there than, so this is interesting. And last time off layoff, led the whole way and then kind of tired. Now, granted, that was against bettor. So let's put that into perspective. And with a 4-horse field, it's much easier to get going. But there's some interesting horses in here. Like you got Stevie Wonder Girl on the coming from Country Mile and all that stuff, claimed by Jared Brown, and he comes back. Interesting, very solid set of works. 4 out of 13, 4 out of 24, 3 out of 25, 2 out of 17. So at least this horse has been, at least in the morning, keeping competitive with all the workers. Putting out some nice workouts. So I mean, in a 4-horse field, the 8-1 is at least an interesting one. And Dalian Ripples had 3 mounts and 2 wins so far. So seeing the thing. Happy Hour is the preservationist, baby. This guy, again, you look at his first race last year against Bettor, the optional 15K. Came in fifth with Whitehall, but does get Ali. And notice that all three of this horse's wins here have been with Ali lately. But the interesting thing is his first ever race was a maiden special, and he won that. So that definitely bodes well for him. And then Frankie's girl from Woodbine, Norm McKnight used to train this horse. I know this horse well. Interesting, the steady set of works. Wendy again claimed this at Woodbine and now has waited for this horse to come back. Again, 20% off the claim. She's not the greatest off the layoff, so I don't know if Frankie may need one, but Matthew Bennett is 1 for 1 so far at the meet. So I'm kind of leaning right here towards it's kind of like a 2-4 battle here, but interesting race. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, the two looks really tough. I don't, in a 4-horse field, I hate to take a 1-2 favorite here. I was looking at the exactas here to try to get an idea. The 2-4 is paying $670. That is your lowest. That makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
But the 4 definitely interests me. I like the 4 a lot. This is a horse who, when you look, has won 3 times in 8 starts last year in 2024, and then is 6 for 10 in the money at Assiniboia, with 4 out of 10 of those being wins. So 1 win and 1/3 at the distance. So the horse should like the distance, and with the 2 being the speed. I think if you look at it, though, we've got quite a bit of speed in here, and maybe the speed backs up, and maybe even the 2 could have a little bit of competition on the front end, tire off the layoff, and maybe that's enough to get the 4 up here. But the 2 does look tough. I mean, I get it. And Wendy Anderson, her barn's off to a really good start.
Yep, absolutely. Colin, what's up, my man? How are you? Curtis Sinet, how are you? OKC 6, $10 pick 3, 1, 2, 5. One to 2 with 4% 90 days trainer. No thanks. Stretch is going 2, 4, 1. I think that's a pretty logical,
Yeah, the thing about this 5 is that that's a whole lot of synthetic and turf.
Yeah. I remember this horse exactly. Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
And I'm not sold on that horse.
No, me either. So it shows 0 minutes. They should start heading to the gate. I think we're about ready to lock the first one in here, Sean.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, it's not sexy, and I wish I could find something a little better, but we're just going to start off with the $5 Exactabox 2-4.
Yeah, I like it.
We're just gonna box them, though, and hope that that maybe this 4 can get on top.
Frankie Payne, how are you, sir? Welcome back, my man. Fap, how are you? Rick Johnson, how are you, buddy? 2-4 with 2-1-5-4 with 2-1-5 with 1-5 with 4. There we go. 2 minutes to post. Five looks lively on the track. always tough in a 4-horse field, Tim, you know?
Yeah.
How you doing, Fap? Great to see you, sir. Frank Payne is a legend everywhere. Now, this is an interesting one with the, you know, I'm going to take this off just for a second here. And for a second here, so we're going to see.
Hey, Trusty, I sent you a message. There we go. Bring it right back up here. We're heading towards the gate.
Yes, we are. There we go. Sorry, some little trouble there making sure I had the audio already, so when we could hear our buddy. There you go. So, they're heading to the gate. If anybody, I would think the one would be the interesting. Now, I noticed that the Woodbine horses just get overbet for no apparent reason at all. You know?
Yeah, and they're off to a pretty slow start, actually.
They are. Yeah. They have not done well so far. It's a totally different surface. Their workouts tell you really whether they like it or not. You know? And the 5 has not shown me like a absolute affinity for loving it. All right, we're almost to the gate here. Let's see if we can get our buddy.
Stevie Wonder Girl, the first to step into the starting gate.
Well, Sean, if I just drop off the air, we got thunderstorms in the area, so I got all kinds
Oh,
of.
okay, yeah, no worries.
Just 2 left to load. Happy
text
hour.
Hey, Ethan, how are you, my friend?
Dark.
Now just waiting on
Danny H, how are you, sir?
Yeah, Dan, you're absolutely right. I noticed that as well. The Fawner shippers are on fire.
Let's see if even in a 4-horse field, the 1 gets out slow.
And they're off.
Pretty good start. 4 and 5 bumped. 5 came in a little bit. No big impact. But they're, as expected, the 2's out.
And now opens up early by a length and a quarter. Happy hour in second. Being the stalker, back to third. Stevie Wonder Girl and Frankie's Girl is the early trailer, but only 4 lengths off the lead. Half in the wrapper, in control through an opening quarter.
It's going to be a merry-go-round. They're just going to go around just like.
Happy hour in an all-out drive. 3 lengths back in second. Then it's going to be Stevie Wonder.
The 4 looks to be dying, though.
Starting to make up ground. And the trailer, Frankie's Girl, they hit the head of the lane. And half in the wrapper has made every pole a winning one and is up by 6 with a 16th of a mile to go. And this one's over. It's all half in the
4
wrapper.
stopped.
Yep, the 4 stopped bad.
Dead last.
I did not expect the 4 to go out with the 2, you know?
No, I mean that my whole thought was that there was going to be pressure from the other horses.
Yeah, me too. I thought the 4 was going to be sitting I thought the 4 was going to be sitting backwards, not forwards. You know, that was
Yep.
Yeah, no, he just put that field away. Now the great thing is, right, when half of the wrapper runs next, he's going to be 3 to 5 again in a 7-horse field, and then someone's going to go to the lead with him, and all of a sudden, you know, he's not going to be that dominant. When there's 4 horses and no one's pressuring you on a look at that 24-47 for up here, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's crawling.
That's crawling.
And in a 5 furlong sprint.
Yeah, I could have won on him. I could have been on the back of him and won that with those fractions. And maybe not me, but cash it, Dan. Good job,
Yeah,
buddy.
I didn't like 2 to 5 or 1 to 2, but 4 to 5, that's a much better price.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But the 4 got hammered late.
He did, yeah, down to 2 to 1.
All that call money came in on the 4.
Yeah. The preservations, baby. I thought for sure it would be the 2 and the 1 on the and then all of a sudden the 4 was up. I was like, what are you doing? Either you try to take him out, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as he's trying to lay behind him, Great job though, Danny H. But half in the wrapper, very impressive. Come from the back effort, though the time is 24 and 47.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner here in race number 1. That's number 2, Half in the Wrapper. Half in the Wrapper is a bay mare, 8 years old, by Great Notion, out of the mare Bear Slayer by 2 Punch.
There we go. Okay, well, there's only one race, my friends. Only one race. Many to go. Many to go. Many to go. And turn the page here. We have another field of 5. Ethan needs a 2-2 double coming up. Oh, the feed just here.
In 15 minutes.
There we go. That was a good try payout. Yeah. Not bad, Kyle. Exactly. In the 50-50
race.
Yeah, when do we get to play in the 50-50 draw current pool? I want to play in the 50-50 draw pool.
We want to buy tickets online.
Exactly. I don't think we can because we're in America.
Yeah, no, you can buy them online, but that was my point, that we can't because you have to be there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Kyle Graves. Oh, play a $2 try wheel. There you go. Nice job, Kyle. Way to go. Malathot needs the 4 and the 5 for his double. Already 137 people. Love having y'all with us. For sure. As we go to the second race here, maiden claiming purse 10,000 for maiden fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up 3-year-olds, and a field of 5. We'll get into that. Then also we're coming off the big Preakness weekend. Let us know if there's any horses this weekend that caught your eye. That will going forward. I know one was for me was what was his name? Tim, was it Credo? Bobby Flay's horse.
I honestly don't remember that one, Sean.
Yeah, he was the it was the maiden special race. It was him versus, it was 1 and 6, and Invictus was the other. Or was that Churchill Downs?
Invictus sounds like Churchill.
Yeah, that may have been Churchill. Okay, yeah, exactly. That remember this name, folks. Credo is trained by is owned by Bobby Flay. This horse could be a quite the player in the 3-year-old division come this year. Crudo, that's right. Krudo. Owned by, thank you, Jax. Owned by Bobby Flay. Todd Pletcher trains. That could be one nice horse for sure.
All right, Sean. So before we move on with the night and start winning a lot of money and head on to the happier times, I think we have to basically pay our respects and say rest in peace to Larry Demerit. Big loss in the
Yes.
horse racing community. Coming out of the Bahamas to race in the Kentucky Derby, which was always his dream. Did that and got up and trained horses every morning while battling cancer and succumbed to that yesterday. And just huge loss. I think the guy was inspirational. I watched a video that he was talking and it basically they asked him, if he won, if it would change his life, and basically he said that obviously he said he didn't think it would change him at all, and that he would still be him and the same outlook, and that's kind of the way I feel as well. But yes, yeah, Trusty, it's been a rough week. We've lost a couple of folks here this week, and that was another one on Twitter there that Sean put out a note yesterday. But
Yeah.
sad week for the horse racing community, and I think we'd be doing the community and those people a disservice if we came on for something like this and didn't just say something.
Yes. Also our friend Joe T, who was a very big owner in Bluebird stables and huge friend of Mark Hennig, and a lot of people who knew him, was larger than life, battled cancer bravely. Succumb to it. He will be a huge loss in the paddock at Saratoga, and definitely will be a definite miss. So to all three, Melissa, Larry, who is just a amazing soul as well as a person, and Joe T. Our heartfelt condolences to them and their family. They were all three will be greatly missed.
Yeah, absolutely. I watching that video of Larry, just kind of even with the news, it just put a smile on my face. The guy was an inspiration and always positive. And I just had to laugh when, they were talking about West Saratoga going to the Derby and him being an $11,000 horse. And Larry was like, that's a lot of money for me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Vince Watson, thank you. Crudo is exactly was in race 10 at Pimlico on Saturday. And he was in the Sir Barton, and he was ultra impressive. He just blew the doors off that field, and Johnny V was barely even moving him. So watch out for that horse going forward. He could be
one to watch.
Yeah, very, very big horse to watch going forward.
All right, now back to the positive and the good
Yes.
notes. I just thought we had to do that today. So.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 9 minutes to race 2.
Ethan, the only profits I do are spelled with an F. Those are the only profits I like to be a part of.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, okay, my friends. So we have another field of 5 here. What are we thinking?
I was hoping that this 2 was going to be the big favorite here because I'm against the 2.
Yeah.
And we've talked a bit about this, Sean, and Whitehall, last year getting off to a really slow start and similar so far. We're just a weekend, starting week 2 here. So he's got a little bit of time, but he's got that big goose egg right there in the win position. So this is a horse that is wheeling back. If you look, this horse ran on the 14th, and here we are 6 days later, and this horse is back in. So Tree Hugger coming back in, definitely going to take money here, I think. But I love the 1. I really like the 1 a lot here. It's not the all. Dario Dalrymple, look at the start he's off to, Sean. 3 mounts and 2 wins.
Yeah.
So he's riding really well right now. This horse, I like that 5 March work there. So horse has got a couple of works coming in from Turf Paradise. That's another place that has done okay with the shippers coming in here. So we've got a few of those. 3 out of the 5 are coming from Turf Paradise. So
Right,
chances
right.
are it might be one of those Turf Paradise shippers to win. So should improve their odds. But I love the one a lot here. And then I'm going to throw one more in here that I think could be a part at a little bit of a price, and that's the 3. Mike Taphorn, he had a pretty good year last year. Neville Stevenson getting up on that one. This one has a decent pattern of works, which is something you don't really see a lot here at Assiniboia.
Yeah,
So
right, exactly. I was just going to say, yeah.
so out of all these, we're talking maidens here. This one is the most lightly raced, and this one raced maiden special weight last year. So this is a big drop down. So we're only going maiden claiming 7,500 here. So should like the company here a little bit better. And then you have to throw the 2 in. Whitehall's most likely going to be a piece. He normally gets up for a part of it, but it's kind of been underneath more lately. You can see he's got the 4 third-place finishes and 11 starts, but I'll go 1-3-2 here.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Clancy, how are you, my friend? Good luck. He's got a 1-2 with 4. Rick Johnson's got 1 with 3, 4, 5, and a 1 with 2 with 3, 4, 5. Good luck, my friend. Ethan's got the 2, but obviously thinks the 1 is looking strong. Both Kurt and Stretch both like the 1.
Oh, I didn't even see that. But don't now look what they've done. 8-5. What are they doing to my odds here?
I know. Well, yeah, go ahead, my friend.
No, I was just going to say Whitehall is 0 for 1 on favorites, and Dalrymple is 2 for 3. So if you look, he's got 3 mounts and 2 wins, and all 3 times he's been the favorite, and he's won 2 out of 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So very interesting here. Yeah, clearly the 1 has faced better than this group, I would say.
So
as a recency against, he's faced much better, and even versus 6250, he ran very competitive down there. It's Ada Thorne, who was a multiple winner down there in now in Turf Paradise. Fur Tiger is a Keeneland September sale. Yeah, it's true. Not many. Yeah, we have a lot of Turfway shippers coming, Turf Paradise shippers coming up here. Interesting. I find it interesting that a lot of them haven't even worked out over the track, which I find interesting. The 5 has, but the didn't work that bad either. Interesting. Neil's got a 1-4-3 try box.
he's going to fade Antonio completely. I like it, Neil.
Well, until Antonio shows us that he wants to run further than at 5 furlongs. He's everyone knows he's my favorite, but I can't be gung hoing him when he's
As soon as they go 2 turns, he'll wake up.
Exactly. Big time. Is that big time? That's what
He always does.
Oh, exactly.
He'll be there in the end. But I thought it was interesting, when I opened up the program this week for tonight and looked at the standings after all of last week's races. But last week when we were on the air, I was talking about how Rashad Knights had such a good year last year. And he's right now, early on after a week, he's leading the jockey standings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
4 wins and 10 starts, 6 out of 10 in the money for the young man. He's doubled up the wins of Bowroot, Baudry, and Dalrymple. He went back-to-back last week with 2-win nights.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So the one now down to 3-5. I don't know if I like him at 3-5, you know. But definitely his face much better than these guys have.
I wish I said earlier that the 2 was the one I wanted to stay the favorite, but I still think the 1 wins this race.
Yeah. Looks good on the track for Dario Dalrymple, who's riding very well, as Tim said so far.
A win here, and he goes 1 behind Knight.
I know. There's Tree Hugger. 3 is on his toes.
And you know, for the youngster in here, Sean, with only the 2 starts and obviously starting in maiden special weight, it was a horse they thought a little bit of. Looks really good on the track up.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's some nice, solid, steady works too.
Dan said he don't want any of that 1. It doesn't play into his pick 3s.
Now look at this. The 2 is 4-5 and the 1 is 3-1.
I love that price a lot more.
Yeah.
With the shallow win pools right now, Sean, that just means somebody put 10 to win on the 2.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Win pools up to $7,000.
Zero minutes to race 2 here. Try to think how we want to play this. Not often do you get a horse up here out of a Derby winner. Always dreaming. Let's see. Before I make our finance, I jinxed it, but the money is already in on pick 3 pool. Yep. Yeah, they get a lot of play on their pick 3s and 4s and 5, you know. See what the public's thinking here.
Hey, now, if everybody didn't see the news, Assiniboia, as you know, this is our 2nd week here. Last week, as we opened up, and I failed to mention this and meant to, but they lowered takeout on a lot of their wagers this year.
Yes.
So win pool, a lot of the exotics, the exacta pool. What else was it? Daily double, exacta pick 3, and the jackpot pick 5, all down 1% on the pick 4 is one that kind of stayed the same. Show betting stayed the same. Win wagering came down as well. So lower takeout percentages at Assiniboia Downs.
Yeah, let me see here what the exacta pool is.
Sean, they're headed towards the gate.
Yep. I'm about to make my pick, my friend. My friend, I'm just going to I'm going to try to beat the 2. And I'm going to try a $2 try key 1 over the 2-3. And keep it simple here early. I'm not going to play a lot of money, you know.
I like it. We'll save our money later on when the fields get bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And like I say, make sure that whatever your bankroll is out there, keep something in there for the last race tonight.
Yep.
I think there's a chance to
9 horses. Yep.
race. And plus, I just think it's wide open.
Yep. Charlie's got the one to win. Good luck, my friend. Ethan hoping the 2 being the favorite is a good sign now, for sure.
Just a $4 wager. We'll take that out of
Yep.
our
Keep it
bankroll.
nice and simple.
I like it. That's my kind of wager.
Yep. Yep.
Thin to win, Sean. Thin to win.
Absolutely. And we had, we'll talk about this more in the night. We had journalism already up at Saratoga. He arrived safely up at Saratoga. Our friend Mary Rufo and other people had great photos of him up there in Saratoga. We'll see if he runs or not. I know Mike's going to look at him for the next week or so and see how he's doing and acting and training before he decides whether he runs or not. But that is definitely their goal, to run in it. So that should be interesting. Dan's got Canterbury does a great job. Their announcer is the football announcer for the Minnesota Vikings, and he does a fabulous job. It's now post time.
Host time. Headed behind the gate.
Got the music playing there. Yeah, Ethan. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he does the radio call for the Vikings and the announcing at Canterbury Downs. Great turf course.
She'll be the first to enter the starting gate. Next up, the 6-5 favorite, Tree Hugger, set to go in.
Tree Hugger.
Good luck to everyone. As a reminder, Sean's got us playing a tri-key 1 with 2, 3.
Yes.
Just 2 left to load. Forgot the Roses. And now just waiting on Per Tiger. They're all set. They're at the post. And they're off. Breaking a little slow was Forgot the Roses, but recovered nicely. Straight to the front end on the inside. It's not the law. And Dario Dalrymple open.
Run away, Dario.
Run away.
Run away and hide.
On the far outside, Per Tiger in third. Then it's Forgot the Roses in between horses. And the trailer is now Adventurous. About 6 lengths off the lead. The opening quarter, 24-2. And it's
Run away, Dario.
You run away, 1. Come on, 2.
Needs Neville to be going. Here comes Neville. Cut the corner,
Yeah,
Neville.
come on now. Come on, 3. Catch those 4 and 5. They're tired. Come on. No, he's not going to catch them.
One's done.
1's done.
Maybe not. He's fighting back.
It's not the law, not giving up, but Per Tiger on the far outside with the best stride. Per
5, 4, 1.
Forgot the Roses rally.
That's why we bet $4, folks. That is why we bet $4. We are not going into that deeply. If the 5's going to beat me, the 5 is going to beat me. And I go on to the next race.
That keeps Dan alive in his pick 3. Way to go, Dan.
All right, Dan. There you go. Nice job.
I just want to touch on this. The pick 4 is absolutely the best bet, and not only because of takeout, but also because they supplement the pool every night. And because it's a $1 wager, you typically have to play, a little bit more selectively, not those big tickets. So
Right.
I,
Yeah.
I love the pick four. I play the late pick fours. I think that's the best wager of the night for me.
Yeah.
And like I say tonight, I really like that last leg as far as I think we can potentially get a price in there. So
Malathot got the double. Nice job, Malathot.
102-4.
Good job, sir. God damn, this could be an excellent pick three. See, all the people that say, and this is why we say, Tim and I say this repeatedly and repeatedly, right? That you look at the small fields and say how you're going to make money. These guys are showing you how you make money. They just had a 9-5 and a 2-1 lose.
Results of the photo show number 3, Adventurous. Finished
and then you just get a 4-1 in the middle, which is going to make your pick threes very nice.
Hey, Sean, the funniest thing to me, look at the longest shot of those horses.
Yep.
Tree Hugger actually ended up going off at 6-1.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and until we get into like the 6 and the 7s, I'm kind of keeping Antonio in the back pocket until we get longer.
Yeah, Dan, don't even want to touch that one. It's a sore subject with a lot of people in the community about the odds, the way they change so late.
Yeah. Frank Payne, I need the 1 and the 3rd for a $2 pick three. Oh, there you go, Frankie.
All right, Frank. What's up, Frank? Haven't seen you around in a bit. Ran into Frank at Keeneland.
Yeah.
Always good to see Frank. I'm convinced that Frank sent his daughter to school in Kentucky just so he could come to Keeneland and use the excuse that he was coming to visit her. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Frank.
Yeah. Right. And notice he's the only guy we know that takes his daughter to lunch at 10:30. We're going to have a wonderful lunch from 10:30 to 12. Yeah, see, damn right I did. See, exactly.
Smart move, Frank. Smart move.
That's number 5,
Yeah. Dan, I did, and actually, there's a really good post. I'll try to find it. I don't remember exactly who sent it, but I can find it probably pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That showed the last few big tote changes and how much money was coming in, and how much of that was on the journalism Gosger exacta. And how that changed so significantly based on, in particular, there was one drop that was significantly more, and then one of the last drops came in with more money on that exacta. So,
yeah. And I don't know if you noticed, Tim, right? In the major race, Gosger went from 20-1 to 15-1 in the last. We're not talking Parks here. We're talking Preakness Day, and to go to 20-1 to 15-1 in the last minute, that is, but yeah, definitely
yeah, it's just a sore subject. No, Dan, you're fine. I
it's all good, Danny. Absolutely. Uncle Sully tried like hell to get his daughter to go to college, and for that exact reason.
But Sully, I still got to see you at Keeneland as well. So
yeah,
made that trek across. Straight down 64.
Yes, sir. But now we got another field of 5 here coming up in the 3rd race, claiming purse 13,700 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Yeah, Earl, how are you, sir? 5 and 4 the same trainer. Yeah, 1-2. We need a Saratoga meetup. No doubt, Ryan. Ryan, are you going to the Belmont? Let us know. Ethan's got a 2, 3, 4, 7, 7. Pick 5.
Yeah, I've been to a whole lot of tracks, and Saratoga is not one of them, and I might be checking that box off this summer.
There you go. Love to see you up there, my friend. We got a field of 5 here. And as Tim said last week, if this is that there are some races that are going to be bigger than other ones, and let me tell you, the Met Mile may be the best race.
Oh my gosh!
of the year. Talk about I definitely think, Tim, the favorite in that race will go off at 7-2, 4-1. I just don't see how you're gonna. You know what I'm saying? Have there'll be no 4-5, 1, you know?
I don't see how it could happen. There are so many great horses that I just think the money has to be spread.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how. Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you. I don't know how in the world you could concentrate money on a single horse in that race.
Yeah, you can't single. Even Tim's favorite horse. You mean
who might that be?
Yeah, that White Barrio. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even with all the money I'm throwing on my boy White Barrio, I just don't know that he goes off as the favorite.
Yeah.
So many good horses in that race, man. That came up super competitive. I just hope they all actually go.
Yeah, I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Need this hat for the night.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, Assiniboia. Look at the jackpot. Pick 5, $36,000.
Frank, do they have an oval and horses run around it? If the answer is yes, I will love it.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. We even had a blast at Parks, right, Tim?
I was about to say, I even loved Parks.
Yeah.
Sean and Keith and I and Rachel, you out there?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a blast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Exactly. But it did help that we were winning every other race. That did make it more enjoyable.
Yeah. Took down the pick 5.
Yep. Exactly. But
that was just hilarious. I don't know if you remember that we were upstairs.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, let's do this pick 5. I think we should get in on the pick 5. It's a mandatory payout. I said, let's do the pick 5. And I've got it all here with all our picks because we had handicapped every race the night before. And then I was trying to do it on my phone and I couldn't get it in. I don't know if you remember. And I just got up and sprinted to the betting window.
You did, to the betting window and got it in.
Yep. And got in the ticket right as the gate opened up.
30 seconds to spare. Exactly.
And then we took down the pick 5.
Took it down. Curtis Stinnett fierceness, eh? Just broke the track. Right, Tim just broke the track record. So, so he's on his top of his game, no doubt. You know.
Well, that's why I say the races come up so tough. It's just
you can't throw him out
in that race.
You know?
And so many that will definitely take money.
Yes, absolutely. Sheldon from Farm, California says, if journalism goes head-to-head again with Sovereignty in Belmont this time, journalism will smoke him. Okay. There you go.
Sean begs to differ.
I beg to differ, but that's, you know what, Sheldon, that's what makes
it great.
That's what makes it great, my friend. That's what makes it great. Paul Nolan, hi. Hey, buddy, how are you, buddy?
You know, every time that people talk about that, Sean, I just like to pull up videos of the NBC feed on the Derby, right? And you see all these so-called experts on the air, and they all give their picks, and they're all on different horses.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
right.
just like,
Yep,
that just goes to show you.
yep, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're in the paddock. 8 minutes till race 3. All right, Tim, we'll take a look at this here. And yeah, very interesting race here.
I'm getting a little
Here's your
agitated though, Sean. I'm getting a little agitated.
why?
No, go ahead and talk about yours, and I'll talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So we got your boy Rashad Knights coming back here on the 2 here. But yeah, interesting. Both of them picked the 4 Ocean Bird. We got Bell and Giddens, and these guys are 12% together. Again, as someone earlier so nicely pointed out, the Fawner horses are really loving this track so far, and that's an excellent until that stops. That's an excellent angle to look at here, especially he's got recency, he's got strength out. Bell and Giddens do very well. Giddens already 1 win and 1/3 and 5 starts, so his barn's starting to get going there. So I thought this was a very interesting horse and one that I'd put on top. The second horse I had was the 2 Olives Candy with Rashad Knights. This horse was struggling in the allowance races. They dropped them down, put Knights on. Now, interesting, Knights is now a interesting. Last year he had the bug boy last year. Now he is a full journeyman, but he gets along with this horse very well. So I thought at 9-2, but they have him down at 2-1 right now. It's early, but I thought this was a very interesting horse for second. And my third pick was the 5 Come On Commandos Last Dance, Michael Nault. Michael's only had 2 starters and 1 win in 1 second, so you can't be doing much better than that. And this horse, he thought enough to run this horse in a stakes race first time out last year and didn't do that bad. Came in 4th. So this horse definitely should like this group today. So I was 4, 2, and 5.
Yeah, here's why I said I'm getting aggravated. Is that this happened like almost every race last week, and so far tonight, I like a horse, and then look up in the board, and I looked at this, and the program says this. The program says 4, 1, 5, 2, and I'm like, great. The horse I love is the 5. So third pick, 3-1 morning line, and then I'm looking up here and I'm going, and Rashad Knight on Olives Candy. Olives Candy is a horse that I really loved last year here at Assiniboia. And I think can pick up where she left off last year, finishing in the money 4 straight times to finish out the season. Like you talked about Rashad being back on board here. Doesn't get his 5 pounds this time, but he don't need it. And then I look up and now they're 2-1 and 2-1. And I'm like, well, so much for getting a price, because especially I look at Curtin Stretch, they both like the 4, and I'm like, okay, maybe the 4 is going to take all the money, and now it did just drop down a little bit. So, but I think the 4 to me is more of an underneath play in this race, but the 5 to me stands out from a class perspective. This horse is running against much better. Ran in the Manitoba Oaks last year. Yeah. So this horse was stakes races primarily last year, and not just in stakes races, winning stakes races. This horse won 2 stakes races and an allowance last year here at Assiniboia. So I just think that she's the class of the race, and she should win. And that's why she's 9-5. Although I like the morning line a little better. Can I get 3-1, please?
Neil has got the 413 try box. I don't know if we use this as a handicapping angle, and I do not know her name, but the cute girl who is the groom for Tom Gardeepi there. She was in the winner's circle a lot last week, and he's on the 2. So Zach, if she's a handicapping angle, she was in that winner's circle a lot last week. Marv Beatty's got a 1-2 exacta box. Good luck, Marv. How are you, my man? Coming on to the track, 5 furlongs. We got 9-2. We got, look at this, 8-5, 9-2, 3-1, 5-2. The type of races you love.
For sure, and this is what we talk about when we talk about the short fields and loving to play this track and everything. And I was just glancing down at the exacta probables in here, and when you look at the lowest one, Sean, in a 5-horse race, 1240 for 2, 6-1. So that's not horrible.
Yeah, and as Frank says, the 5 beat my horse Daisy's a doozy last year in a stake race.
Sean just likes saying that. I just can't wait till that horse runs again because I love it when Kurt calls her.
Oh, I know. Oh, Daisy's a doozy? Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Sean does a good impression, but we love the original.
Absolutely. There's nothing like Kurt. Absolutely. I just want to see him call Daisy's a doozy and Anna Kazana coming down the stretch together. What a magical moment that would be. We have not seen Anna Kazana yet, I don't think, this year.
No.
She may have retired. I don't know. Who did Daisy's a doozy run last week? She may have, yeah. Oh, Anna ran last week? Oh, it must have been on Wednesday when I didn't see it. Okay. Hey, George, how are you, sir? Welcome. Thank you, sir. Always for joining us. 207 people so far tonight. Love seeing it. 1 minute to go. Rashad Knights will be interesting to see how long he lasts here at Assiniboia. He's from Barbados, and he may end up on the other coast pretty soon. Yeah, exactly, Frank. You do really get to know all these horses, which is so cool. Zero minutes to post, but they're going the other way.
All right, Sean. So, you know that I love saying that you have an opinion, bet with conviction, and I've got it here. So I'm doing just what you did last race. I'm going to bet only $4 on the race. I'm going to bet a trifecta, and I'm going to bet $2, 5 with the 2-4.
Okay.
And I know it's the 3 favorites, but I'm just keying the 5 on top with the other 2, and I just really think that that's the 3 horses in the race. So we're going to play that straight up. Need the 5 man.
Yep. Kyle Graves got a key box 4 with a 1-2-5. And Rick Johnson's got Kurt's got a 5 all. Rick's got a 2 with a 4-5 with a 1-3 and 2 over the 1-3. Good luck to everybody, as always.
But Sean, it's just like even last week I did it twice. But I came in and I handicapped this race, and I have on my program 5-2-4, and last week I did it twice to where we talk about it, look at everything, and then I talk myself out of betting it exactly how I handicapped it, and it comes in, and I'm just like, I'm tired of doing that. I'm not gonna try to outsmart myself here.
No, no. Drew the Legend Davis, how are you, buddy? Is a 125 exacta box. Uncle Sully is the $1 daily double 1-5 with 1-4-5-6. If your optics equal players, it's a squares world, and we're just living in it. There you go. Dan's got an exacta key box 4 with the 2-5. The lights coming on at Assiniboia Downs. Thank you again to all our friends up there for letting us be a part of your racing summer, and also for letting us show your feed. We so appreciate it. Great people up there at Assiniboia.
Sean and I are trying to figure out how to get up for the Manitoba Derby sometime.
I know. Yeah, exactly. And they got some great leadership up there. I had dinner with them at Woodbine for the King's Plate, and they're some fabulous people who are clearly becoming the darlings of the racing world, and good for them.
Yeah, Dennis, I don't know if I agree with that one. I think this one's going to be competitive, and I look for the 5 to sit off whoever decides to go out to the lead, and then just pounce whenever she wants.
We're going to the gate,
and the 4 has now taken late money and dropped to 9-5, so we're getting 5-2 on the 5 horse, which I love. So now we're back to third favoritism. Getting a little closer to where we opened up. I'll take that. I still think it's a horse to beat.
Sir. You got the cool music going here. The video game music, which I love.
You know, but between the announcers and the 8-bit soundtracks and, you know, it's post-time graphics and everything else.
It's great. They do it great.
I feel like I'm back in the 80s in an arcade playing video
games.
Oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. Ethan says, let's go too.
Let's go.
Paul's going to decide whether he's just a spectator or a bettor tonight. Paul, did you have any luck in the European races this weekend at all? Any luck with those stakes races over there this weekend?
Tia Susie. She's the first one in. Next up, Olive's Candy. She's in.
For the 4th race in a row, will the 1 get out slow behind everybody?
Almost got lucky. Finds her spot. Now just 2 left to load.
Good job, Paul.
Come on, Baudry.
The 9-5 favorite, Ocean Bird, gonna need a little help behind the starting gate.
Ocean Bird needs a little help.
We can help that horse right to last place.
No, who the 4?
We need it for third.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Last place in my try, should I say?
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
Bottom of the try.
Rick Johnson's got 5-2 all.
I said that, and I'm like, wait a minute, I bet that horse. I just don't want her to win. This 5's going to win. Baudry's a man.
Score is a little excited to be racing here. Bobby D's got a 2-5 exacted box 254. Not too keen about the gate this floor. Gotta go back to gate school.
Ocean Bird being a little handful for the gate crew.
Ethan's got a 245 straight.
Siobhan Bell.
Siobhan said, I'm out.
Dismounts. And of course, Ocean Bird walks up and almost in.
That does not look good.
No, we may have a late scratch here.
And the way she's kind of fighting, takes a little bit out for the race.
Yep. Sheldon's got a 5241 super. Neil 4-horse sour this early in the year. Yeah. That's not what you want if you got Ethan with the ice cold. Trifectas.
Great job by the gate crew. Ocean Bird is in. And
My man Dave Weir.
Last dance.
Turn it over to our friend Kurt.
They're at the post. And they're off.
The one out of Sip
From
slow
the middle,
again.
Ocean Bird. She's showing the best early speed, and she's going to open up by 2.
Wow.
On the outside, Commando's Last Dance in second. On the rail, Tia Susie in third.
Let's see the fractions, though. She's going a lot faster than what we've
Yeah,
seen.
she's going a lot faster than we've seen. This could be a 23, which it would be 24 and 2. No, okay.
Wow. 5's already closing the distance, though. I think she had all the excitement from going in the gate, and she spent.
Come on, 2.
Come on,
Come on, 2 up that rail
Come on,
now.
Audrey.
Up that rail, 2. Come on, 5. Come on, 2. Get up that. Come on, beat that 1. He's tiring. Come on, 5. Come on, 5. Come on, 5.
Get up, 2.
Oh, no, we need the 2.
Yeah, the 2's not the one going to be the one not to get there.
No.
Ocean Bird is going to be second best. Third's going to go to Tia Susie, and fourth
5-4.
Candy.
5-4-1.
Yeah. Ocean Bird, for all her antics, put up quite a battle there for,
5 was much the best, though, at 2-1.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm saying, for all the antics.
Yeah.
Put up quite the battle there.
That was a decent price for that 5.
Yeah, 5 was the best. Yep, 2-1.
Close to number 5, Commando's Last Dance. As your race
Ethan's
winner,
got the 3
second
next
goes number
race.
4, Ocean Bird. Third to number 1, Tia Susie. And fourth to number 2, Olive's Candy. They went the opening quarter in 24 and 2. The half, 48 seconds. Time for the 5 furlongs.
It sure looked like she was going faster than that.
Yeah, no doubt. She sprocketed to the lead,
Yeah, Neil, I think it just looked like the 5 was, but that's why I think the 5 was so far off the pace on a 24-second quarter. And then she just, I think she realized that the 4 was out there a little bit, or should I say, he realized in Baudry and realized that he had to get the horse going if he was going to be able to compete.
Yeah. Yeah, that 4 don't act that way. Yeah, Dan. 5, 4, 1, 2. Oh,
Possible.
Sheldon, you were close. Very close. What's that exact pay, Tim? 5-4.
The 5-4 was paying pretty decent. 5-4, 12.20 for 2. So 6 to 1.
That's not bad. Yeah, not bad at all.
1 was second favorite over favorite.
Yeah.
Now entering the Wednesday enclosure, the official winner.
Wow, this group knew this horse was going to win.
Number 5, Commando's Last
They brought
Dance.
everybody out for the
Wow,
horse.
they brought
They're like,
everybody
look at the
out
truck
tonight.
tonight. We're winning.
Commando, under the mare, Sweet Tizzy Lizzie, by Tiz Now. Owned by A2 third.
God damn, that took the full stretch. I thought she was going to quit at the top, and she dug right in until the wire.
Time for the 5 furlongs, 101-1. Number 5, Commando's Last Dance.
The one thing, Sheldon, we always say this about, especially up at these places, never judge a horse totally by their first race. You know, there are some trainers that want to do well out. There's some trainers that just want to give them a race. You know, it's more knowing the trainer and what they like to do.
There are no changes.
Yeah, I mean, Olive's Candy did pretty well last year, and I mean, it's the Gardapi Barn and Rashad Knights who's currently leading the jockey standing. So
Yeah.
bad race. Horse needed a race, definitely. Wasn't going to compete with the 5 anyway. I thought it was more of an underneath pick, but I did expect a better performance out of it.
Nice job, Frank. Good job, bud.
$25,000 guaranteed pick.
Let me get rid of Kurt.
Way to go.
Great job as always, Kurt. Great job, my man. But we'll see you in a little bit. There we go. So we're going to race 4. Oh, we didn't get the VIP fan of the night again.
We
Darn it, Assiniboia, what are we doing here?
We're here every week, and we're never the fan.
I know, we're here every week. Exactly. But Gavin, congratulations, my friend. Way to go. Yeah, I guess we can't report to guest services, so that's kind of a drawback there.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Yes.
Be right there.
Exactly. This show is now over. We have to go to guest services. Exactly.
All right. Now it's heating up, Sean.
Yeah. Now we got to feel the 6. Now we're cooking with gas.
I got a horse I like in here that I think might do something at a little bit of a price. We'll see.
Okay.
But every time I've said that, the horse gets bet down. So we'll see.
Elton Dickey. Yeah, Frank, that if you watch almost every single race, the one is a single step slow. And I would love to know why that is. You know, every sprint race. Now, in the route races, that's not the case. There's no problem with the route races with the one, but for some reason, the sprint, the one is always, unless it's like a really, really fast animal, is almost always a step slow behind the field. Matt DeSantis and I have been talking about that for about 2-3 years now. And Frank's alive for a $5 double with the one who he's really hoping can just get out of the gate.
Woodbine Shipper.
Yep, the Woodbine Shipper. Mickey. Out of the William Thoreno's barn. Who had a very solid meet this winter at Gulfstream. But Frank is live to a $5 double with him. Okay. You have 12 minutes to go to the race 4. Got a full field of 6. Let us know who you like. And let us know if there was anybody on either not Oaks Day, Black Eyed Susan Day, or the Preakness that caught your eye. Maybe a horse that we should be looking for down the road. I was very happy for my boy Junior Alvarado. Nice win with Fort Washington, but I have never, Tim, I don't ever recall on a big day a 27 quarter and a 52 half. That was not on a turf course.
Was that the horses or the jockeys?
Right. I don't know what it was, but those horses, it was like what it was like running in quicksand, 27 and 52. Oh wow. So close, Paul. Oh, you had a power outage, Dennis, huh? Ugh. Not good during the Preakness. Absolutely. Official order of finish. 5, 4, 1, 2, 3.
So here's a horse that stood out to Scott, the number 2 in the Preakness. That one kind of stood out to me a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Exactly.
That last quarter was crazy.
Exactly. I'm still shaking my head though, right? As impressive as it was, right? How did Gosker lose that race when you're out that much? You know what I'm saying? After all that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what I did, Sean, if you watched our replay.
No, I know, yes, exactly.
Gosker got out there in the stretch, and I looked back and saw the trouble and all the other horses bumping, and I said they're not going to catch him. So
right. Now here's my question, and Tim, I love Gosker. I think he's a good horse. My question is as impressive as that was by journalism, take no doubt about it, is one of the things we'll be talking about for ages, right? If that's Rodriguez on the lead, or if that's, I'm just saying that someone does, and they're that big up, does he catch them? Is that, or did he just slow down? And that's an interesting. Yeah, because I've never seen an incident like that and a horse leading that much and then still lose. But journalism has a huge turn of foot, so ultra impressive.
I mean, he was just absolutely flying.
Yep, ultra impressive.
And we know that he likes a little more distance than that anyway. So
right, yeah.
Now they go to the Belmont, and obviously not the traditional Belmont distance, and being at Saratoga, we're going 1.25 miles again. But he should relish it.
Yep. I agree, Frank.
Well, he's good, Frank. That's some really strong words there about one of the best of all time. I'm not saying that he won't, but a lot of work left to be done. But I will say that the end of that Preakness reminds me of some of the superstars of this game.
No doubt. Yeah. Relish being second, the sovereignty, of course. Absolutely. As I said to everybody,
sovereignty is obviously going to be the fresh one and everything, and that's good. And I really like that horse, but man, that was ultra impressive what he did at the end there. So,
yep.
Might turn the tables.
And remember, folks, sovereignty has yet to lose this year with Junior on him. Just saying. Has yet to lose with Junior on him.
All right, Sean. So
yeah,
this one's yours. So I'm going to talk about this one a little bit really quickly. Is that the horse that I thought we might get a price on in here? Morning line 10-1.
Yeah,
10-1, and I'm like, I think this horse has got a shot. Lucky Appeal. And I look up at the board. We're 2-1, Sean. Why does this keep happening to me? Oh my goodness. But I still think the horse has a real shot in here. The one is definitely going to be tough to beat in here, but I'm going to try, especially coming out of the one hole. So I'm going to try to beat that horse. And you know what, Sean, we've seen it tonight, and we saw it last week as well. These odds-on favorites are finishing off the board.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna try to beat the one. So I'll give you another one on top of the three. I like Concerto here, the 5 horse, and
Yeah.
um, so Bino. I think it's the first time we've seen Bino tonight, getting up
Yeah.
for Wendy Anderson, and we've already talked about she's had a really good start to the year. So this is one that I think could definitely be a part underneath. And then you know what? I'm gonna go Hanging Tough, the 2 horse inside, 11-1, longest shot on the board. I just think that this horse coming from Fawner, the Fawner horses have been coming in, even those that are priced, they've been doing really well. I think you have to respect them. The horse has already run 4 times this year and coming in from Fawner. So just off the Fawner angle alone, I'm going to give the horse a chance. I definitely think it's an underneath play and not an on top play, but 3-5-2, I would throw the one underneath in the exotics just in case the horse comes in, but I'm gonna try to beat it.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And we're looking here.
And I'm fading completely the 4 just because of the white hall factor.
There you go. Okay. The thing I do like about this 4 a little bit is that even though, as I said, Whitehall has not won a race yet. This trainer is first time with trainers 58%. You got at least respect that.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too shabby, you know. Exactly. Sugar Daddy Jack. Exactly. Great horse.
A legend.
And again, here's another one. As Tim said, very unusual. Look at this: April 12th, April 18th, April 24th, May 3rd, May 8th, May 13th. This horse is Diamond Concerto has at least been working out steadily, you know.
Right. And some really decent times as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely interesting one here. 3 minutes to post.
And then one more thing is that if you're not super familiar with Assiniboia, this is the guaranteed pick 4. The pick 4 pool is guaranteed to be at least 25,000. Should grow on top of that. It's a $1 wager. My favorite wager at Assiniboia. So I will be. I'll drop a ticket down in the chat, but I am definitely playing it myself.
Yeah. Is it me or is Ronald Ali getting a new roommate in Antonio Whitehall for a few months? The Fawner shipper is 11-1. The new kids on the block horse hanging tough. Journalism has another gear, just like his daddy. Yeah, and his mom is Mumpetism too, Uncle Mo, who and she was a great stakes horse as well. So he's got quite the breeding. Kyle Graves got a tri-key 5 over the 1-2-3 over the 1-2-3-4. All right, let me see what these exact. Let me see what these exacts pay. So I'm thinking of my bet here. Drew's got the 3 to win and the 3-1 daily double. Let me see here what these exactas are paying here. The exactas right now are ridiculously low with the 1. You know? And again, but the good thing if you like the 1, which is interesting about Elton Dickey, is he's won for, he's got 1 second here, but this horse ran well at Fort Erie on 5,000 too. So he did like dirt, which is definitely a bonus versus the other people, you know? This is an interesting race for sure.
All right. I just dropped down in the chat if you're interested. That's the pick 4 ticket that I'm playing. I'm going to play 135 here. I'm singling the 4 in the next. I really like that one. I think the next to last race is a 2-horse race, and then I'm going to put 3 horses in that last leg, the 2, 6, and 7. That ticket will cost you $18. It is a $1 wager.
Yeah. Okay. What are we at right now? We're
at 0 and headed to the gate, Sean. So whenever
okay.
You're ready.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Look at the record on Kaplan, huh? 3, 3, and 1 in 8 starts. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right. All right. 2. 3 is Lucky Appeal. That's the horse you liked, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. A lot of interesting speed in this race, you know? All right. Here we go. Uncle Sully saying you're leaving Gallant Oak off your tickets. Blasphemy.
Yep. Yes, I am.
All right, Tim. Hit the button. I'm going to do. Okay, let's see how I do this. A $1 try key. Box. I'm going to do 4 with the 1, 2, 5.
Just tossing my 3.
I know.
That's all right. It's your way.
Yeah, yeah. Curtis has got 3 with the 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6.
And if you're playing along, that'll cost you $18. Sean's wager there.
Yep. The formula likes the 5 here.
The 5 is definitely one I like.
Get the sound on here for us.
It's post time.
It is. The 1 goes to 3 to 2.
Mikko Mackey, the 3 to 2 favorite in the starting gate.
Dan's got a 1, 2 over the 1, 2, 5.
Now Lucky Appeal. Stepping up, Respect the Union. Just 2 left to load. Diamond Concerto.
What I'm hoping here, Tim, is I like the 3 too. I'm just hoping it's a little bit too short for him.
It definitely could be.
Yeah,
he definitely prefers longer, but he hasn't run the distance at all. So
right, yep.
And he's got the ability to show early speed.
Whoa, everybody hitting everybody.
From the inside, Meko Maki. Like a rocket goes right after
Did the 2 lose? He
The
lost
2
his
losses.
stirrup.
Yeah, lost. Yeah, exactly.
Respect the Union now takes over second on the outside. Back in the pedals.
There he is. He's back in the saddle again.
Yeah, back in the saddle again.
More back. Salto del Lupo and Diamond Concerto, the trailer.
One's going to try to steal it up front.
Yeah.
Nursed on the front end and clear.
Looks to be gone.
Come on, 5. Get up there with him. Come on, 4. Keep going. Come on, Whitehall. Just stay in the money. Come on, 5. Come on, 5. Stay with him. Come on, 4. No, don't give up, Whitehall.
Like a freight train, but Meko Maki, the lead is too much. And is
Whitehall's not even. This is not even. He's not even trying. What is that?
Third to Hanging Tough, and 4th. Respect.
He's just waiting for the route races. Was it 125?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 152? I thought it was
152. 152. Yeah.
Yeah, 152.
I knew that Fawner horse was going to get up.
Just like I did last week. Look at your underneath picks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Just keyed the wrong one.
No, exactly.
Yeah, Ryan, I totally agree. The 3 definitely wants more distance.
Yeah, that's why I checked him out. Yeah.
He was running on late, but he definitely wants more distance.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. 2-1 over 9-1 over 3-1.
I really wish I'd have gotten the 5 on top, though. I'd have rather had the 9 going forward in my pick 4, 9-1 over the 2-1.
Yeah, I know.
I took a lot of late money. Look at that, 6-5 favorite.
Yeah, the 4. Yeah, exactly.
The 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
But the 4 took a lot of late money, and which made the 1 2-1. So, moving on. If you played my pick 4, we're alive to leg 2.
Yep, exactly. Boy, you can see that 5 coming too. I like that 5. He had the most works, consistent works.
Yes, that was my second pick. If you remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think until he finds a interest in these races. I mean, Whitehall's what now? 0 for 13, 0 for now, whatever. 0 for 14 at sprints now.
Yeah, he still got that big 0 up front.
But I still thought that horse could get in that's why I did the key, because I thought he could come in 2nd or 3rd. He's not even hitting the board. Dan got it. Nice job, Dan. Well done. Yeah, Charlie said if he'd known the 1 was going to be 2-1, he would have bet it just flat. I was using the 4.
It is so hard these days to kind of think at that, because so much late money comes in and changes things so late. It's just
now
makes it tough.
The official winner of the Shelley Brown Memorial, that's number 1, Meko Maki. Meko Maki is a big gelding, 4 years old, by Hyper. Out of the mare, Miss Curly Q by Estevan. Owned by Larry Falloon and Elton Dickey. Trained by Elton Dickey and ridden to victory by Ronaldo Cumberbatch.
Elton Dickey. George Peak. Nice job, bud. That's going to be a nice try with the 5 in the middle.
From the HBPA Manitoba,
I keyed the wrong horse.
To make a halter presentation that was custom made.
Story of my life, Sean.
I know, yeah, seriously.
I did it twice last week.
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
Here at Assiniboia Downs. And Scott Anderson from the HVPA
Love that
Manitoba
5.
was a former owner with trainer Shelley Brown.
20-cent try, 13.48. Nice job.
Larry Falloon and Elton Dickey.
And Dan got the exact $8. Nice job. Frank had the try. Nice job,
Race
bud.
4 is official in the upcoming 5th race. Our VIP.
Well, Colin, when I did it, it wasn't the favorite.
There
So
are
how?
no changes. Rolling doubles. Here again.
Colin, when I did my try key, he was 3-1. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's hard to not exactly. I don't like doing the favorite either. Exactly, but he wasn't the favorite when I did my bet.
Make sure you mark
Hey, really quickly, Sean, we got 254 right now watching,
Thank
and
you, everybody.
everyone here in the chat. So it looks like a lot of the folks are watching from X, and we've got 51 watching from YouTube. But if you do click over to our YouTube channel, if you go over to the YouTube channel, make sure that within the channel, you know where they've got all of the different areas there. If you click on posts and go into the posts that we've got every week for Assiniboia on the YouTube channel, we are putting out the formula picks. You see there on the bottom in the scrolling that we have the usual tip sheets that the formula puts out, that he puts out a few times a week. That is a paid product. But for Assiniboia, we will be posting those every week. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, move over there and check that out. But every week on the YouTube channel, we're putting out the formula picks. And if you had looked at the formula picks for that race, you'd have had the exact. If you boxed it, he had 5-1 on his sheet for that race.
Yeah. The other interesting thing I can say about Antonio Whitehall is when he's winning, he's coming up the rails, and all of his horses are wide right now. He's bringing everything wide,
Right.
And when he's winning all his races, he's coming up the rails. Thanks, Colin. Thanks, Colin, for that. All right, but we're going to get back in the winning column here. Right now, we get a 5.5 furlong. Claiming purse 14.8 for 3-year-olds and up 3-year-olds. And we have a giant field of 6 here, which is good. And with more bigger races coming over. And this is an interesting race, Tim. At least these in the betting public is right now on the different horses here.
Yeah, I really like a horse in this race a lot. And if you look at my pick 4, I believe I singled it. So
yeah, right, yeah.
So pretty obvious which horse I like in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I did single it in the pick 4.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I just think that horse is a standout here.
Yeah, yeah. And here comes designated hitter, the Woodbine shipper from Woodbine, but another Woodbine shipper. Let's see here, a second here. I'll get my picks here in a second, and let me know what you guys like here. Let's see here. A second here.
So this time we're going 5.5, Sean.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So the extra half furlong starts to make a little bit of a difference.
It does, absolutely. Yes, it does.
We got Del Vecchio running back on a week.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
The 2 horse currently sitting at 8-5. Let's hope that stays because I don't like Del Vecchio on top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Colin, don't make me put you in timeout. Let me give you a temporary ban in the chat.
Oh, no way. Okay. Here we go. Well, okay. So this is what here's my notes here. So we got Gallant Oak here in the first race. Always a fan favorite here. And you try to determine here the level he's running against here. And interesting. The first time he ran against Open Claiming, he won last year at the end. You look at his workouts; they haven't been like stellar, but they've been at least consistent, which is what Tim likes. And interesting, he gets Knights instead of Bino, but he was claimed from Wendy. So, yeah, and William does like to ride Knights, so that is an interesting thing here. So yeah, my number one pick here was the 6 designated hitter, Carl Anderson and Deshaun Bino, and these two are 28% together. One thing I really liked about this horse here, he hasn't run since November, but the 101 bullet work really caught my eye there. Deshaun gets on for him. These two don't do well together. He was running against like Bobby Barr and other horses and running well. Jamie Begg used to have this horse. I really like the 101 flat workout. I think and interesting. His trainer gets a bullet, then a 2 out of 16, then a kind of a slow work, then a bullet. I think this horse is really working up to a big race here. So the 6th, I think, is my top pick here. The second pick is Del Vecchio, who I thought ran an excellent race last week to come in second. Gets the 10 pounds again with Paris, and that could help. Has run 6 before. So the 5.5 maybe up. The speed is holding, so that is definitely a thing. And my third pick is the one Gallant Oak. He's never he did run against 7,500 and came flying last time for Terangi, and these two are 33% together, Knights and Terangi. So I was 6, 2, and then 1.
Wow. You're not even mentioning my single, Sean.
There you go. Love it.
I think the 4 is a single here. I really do.
Yeah.
I love the 4. I think that this horse is good enough here to where I singled this is the only leg in the pick 4 I singled. And I look at the formula sheet.
Thank you, Dan.
I look at the formula sheets here. If you follow the formula sheets or you've ever seen them before, when you've got a gap between the top horse and his power figure number, when you've got a significant couple of point gap, it's pretty significant. And he's got a power fig for the 4 on top as well of 30.9, and the 1 Gallant Fox is at 26.96. So almost a 4-point gap there. Which is pretty significant. And when you see those on the sheet, they're normally pretty good bets. And I didn't even see his sheet before I made the 4 my pick in here in a single. So when those two things jive, my picks and his picks, especially standouts like that, I really like that. So Curtin Stretch both have the 4 underneath. One's got a second and 1 third, but I just really think that this horse has a good chance in this race. And, you look at Matthew Bennett getting up, he's riding 100%, Sean.
Yeah.
He's only had 1 mount and he came in first in that race. So
right.
Let's see if he can keep the 100% going.
He rode earlier. I forget how he did.
But Moon Connection has run 8 times here at Assiniboia and won 4 of them. So the horse is 50% here.
Bennett ran earlier. I'm trying to see who he rode.
Yeah, Dan, and not only are Woodbine shippers getting a really slow start, I mean, look at this horse. Synthetic, off the turfs and on synthetic, synthetic, turf, synthetic. So it's just a whole lot of everything but dirt to me.
But you know what? You know what I did say though, which is interesting, Tim. Though the ones that stick out to me for Woodbine, right, are the ones that work out well. You know what I'm saying? The ones that work out well are the ones who run well from Woodbine. The ones that just run like they could be they could be great at Woodbine, but if they're not working out great on the dirt, I like the one earlier. I automatically toss them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
this
don't
horse,
disagree. And you look
yeah,
at and not only has been working here, but has several works, right? And it's
yeah,
something that
yeah,
we talked about. So
yeah,
I totally see that and agree with you.
yeah.
It's just that horse the works in the race is something a little bit different, as we all
Sure.
know. So, but I love the 4 here. And
Yeah.
I don't dislike the 6, but I've
Mhm.
got the 6 underneath. As a matter of fact, I like both of the horses here who are who are where I was going to say are both lower odds, and now the 4 is starting to click down. So the 4 is starting to take some money, and I think that's significant because
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I I would be surprised if the 4 doesn't go off as a favorite,
yeah.
even with Del Vecchio running back on a week. Gets Paris up. Paris is another one that's over right now, so I'll take a pass on that, especially on top.
Gotcha. Horses coming out onto the track. Almost 300 people tonight. Thank you to everybody as always.
Paul, if you go to the YouTube channel, when you go into YouTube, look at where it says posts and click on where it says posts and look, and it's normally where people put blog entries and things like that. But that's where you'll find the tip sheet in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Formula. I was just talking about your tip sheet and how you've got the power figure in the 4 is a little bit of a standout because I played a pick 4 ticket and I've got the 4 singled in this race, and that was before I saw your sheet. I just think the 4 is a standout here. Awesome, Paul. Glad you found it.
Yeah.
But yes, for everybody watching out there, 279 strong, make sure that you check out the YouTube channel and the free formula picks out there.
Yeah. And we got Sierra Pruitt riding again, the first girl jockey in a long, long time in Assiniboia.
Riding in this race?
Yep. She's on the 3.
That's right. I just saw it.
Tom Gardaby, Richard combo, 46% ROI. Nice. I think we need to get to 45 likes to Formula's picks next week, though.
Well, we got people watching on YouTube, so if everybody just clicks the like button.
Everyone just hits the like button, you get the free picks. Hit that like button.
And interesting there, if you look at the pick 4 live money, the pick 4 live money is most of it on the 2, of course, but second is the 4.
Yep.
Over the 1, and the 6 is behind that one. All right, Sean, I don't need any more time.
There you go.
Because my mind was made up pretty early on, especially
Yeah.
with the fact that we're still getting 4-1 on my horse. I'm just going to play $5 to win and place on the 4.
Love it. There you go. Fabulous, Drew. Thanks for finding us, my friend. Stretch likes the 2-4-1.
I remember Drew the Legend being on Derby Day.
Yes, absolutely.
We had a good day that day, Drew.
We did. Fat. Interesting. Bobby D's got win on the 3. Hey, Ian, how are you? Try on the 1-4-6-1-6.
Yeah, I have to agree with Rick. It's hard to bet on a horse called Really Slow. So I guess that's why the horse is 30-1, because everybody thinks the horse is really slow.
The best name is right now running is a horse in California named Low Expectations. That
Formula, may the odds be forever in your favor.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, no, it's 4 Jeff.
Love to see it. Love to see it. See it.
Yeah, yep. 1-for-1. Solid works. Word tab.
Holding at 7-2. We'll take 7-2.
Yeah, absolutely. Horse has no name. Four is on his toes, that's for sure. I like to see that.
Single, Sean. It's a single.
Mm-hmm. Hey, groundhog. Todd's in the building. 4-5 with 1-2 with 4-5. Trifecta for $2. We're heading towards the gate.
Here we go. Let's get that 4 home.
Yes, sir. There you go, Rick. That's what I thought he was talking about, too. Who's that, America?
What's that?
Is that America who's saying that? You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. In the desert, there's never no pain. All right. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm getting an echo on the back of my thing here. So,
Yep, no problem. It's post time.
Now, post time.
Groundhog going the exacta 4-6. Hey, Groundhog, you gonna be out this weekend? I'm gonna try to go Sunday or Monday. I'll probably come Monday. I think Monday's the military tribute day, right?
There we go. And see if we get no echo, right? Nope, no echo. Nope. Here we go.
Loading them up. Let's get our friend Kurt back on here. There we go.
Moon Connection ready to go in.
Good luck to everybody as always.
Happy Camper. And now just waited on designated hitter. They're all set. They're at the post.
Moon Connection.
And they're off. Breaking a little slow.
I don't-
Was really slow.
I don't think I've ever seen
Breaking
the
a little
one.
slow was really slow, Kurt said.
Was it?
Shows good early speed, but
That's
matched
hilarious.
on the inside by Gallon Oak. Settled back in third. Moon Connection. Moving up, designated hitter, 4 wide. Into
I like where we're at.
And it's Happy Camper.
Yep.
And about another 6 lengths to really slow. It's about a little over a dozen off the lead. They went the
Wow,
opening
6
quarter,
is flying.
4 seconds. Del Vecchio gets company once again, but now on the outside by designated hitter. And these two.
Come on, Moon Connection, you're going the wrong way.
Back to third, Gallon Oak, who got in a little bit of trouble. Then it's Moon Connection, Happy Camper, and really slow. They hit the head of the lane on the outside, designated hitter.
Come on, Ford.
Del Vecchio trying to battle back, but running out of ground. A 16th of
No
a
way.
mile to go.
Done.
Designated hitter
625.
is gonna take it by a length. Del Vecchio second best.
Horrible.
Third's gonna go to Happy Camper, and fourth.
These are, yeah,
Gallon Oak.
6-1. Wow.
Really slow was really slow.
Yeah, when this is when yep. That was my top pick. When you see these Woodbine horses work well on the dirt, you have to respect them. And if they don't work well, I toss them.
I had the 6 underneath. I just really thought that 4 was.
Yeah. But I love when these horses. That's the ones I love when they come out from Woodbines. The ones that work well over it. 6-1. Happy Camper. 30-1.
Hitter. As your race winner, second goes to number 2, Del Vecchio. Third to number 5, Happy Camper, and fourth to number 1, Gallon Oak.
So the 4 only beat really slow.
5 furlongs, 1 minute. Time for the 5.5 furlongs, 107.
107. Groundhog is alive with the 7-2 in the pick 3. Took that trainer tip by Fap on the 7. Nice. Good luck, Groundhog. No dying on air, Ethan. That's not allowed. No, you did not capitalize it. There you go. I had the 6 across and the 6-4. I like the 4 as well too. Gallon Oak, third. Fourth, same thing. Tough sledding tonight. We've been close.
Yes,
We've been close.
but that wasn't close.
No.
The official winner.
He was somewhat slow versus really slow. Exactly.
Well,
right.
you know, it's just upsetting because I played 4 over 6-2, you know, personally.
I know. No. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All the underneath stuff, but the 4 just did not fire.
Yeah. Let me turn off our buddy Kurt here.
Trying to figure out why the 4 popped so much in my numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, normally when a horse pops for me and pops like that for the formula, it's
Yeah.
a pretty good bet, but that one wasn't for sure.
Wow, 1580. Now wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What's that?
The 6 pays 1580, but the exacta pays $27.
Yeah. What's that tell you?
Bet someone like the 6.
No, that the cause hammered the exacta once again.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's getting to be a story that's getting frustrating for the
Yeah,
bettors.
exactly.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
if this continues and they continue to be able to manipulate the pools like they are, they're going to lose this game. I mean, it's already
yeah,
going in a bad direction, and
yeah,
the bettors are the only thing holding this thing together. And the
yeah.
calls aren't going to win anybody's money if they're the only ones in the pool.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
I think we just need to have like a national, bet out day to where like all of the big gamblers just sit out for the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And seriously, and let
Yeah.
let them
No. Yeah. No, yeah.
go in the pool by themselves. And
Yep. And they just play against themselves. Yeah.
well, and the sad thing is, Sean, they still win money. And
Yeah.
if people don't know what I'm talking about, it's because they get huge rebates and everything. So they typically their rebates make it so that they're winning most of the time anyway. They're playing with house money.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
I don't follow, Todd. What are you saying? That's usually today.
Hmm.
I missed that. What's usually today?
Yeah, David, it is with the small pools. It's even tougher. Yeah. I think all the food people here have a great exactly here, mini glazed donut and Norney's cookie.
Crazy. Hey, Sean, I'll be right back.
Okay, yep. And this race is an interesting one. We have a field of 7. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6. Yep. And this is a maiden special weight. 5 furlongs for Saskatoon bred fillies, 3-year-olds. And we're looking at some of the interesting things. The 6 is out of Nonio's Cookie. And for anyone who knows about Nonio's, his horses do not win first time out. So watch it. I just put the 6 probably in the winner's circle, but that is the exactly. Remember Black Tuesday, no form. But this is an interesting race in the 7. Nickety Split. Yeah, look at that. Tom and 26% Knights, and gotta be clearly the outside of the track is playing good. The formula's got 2, 3, 1 here. Good luck, formula. He frankly thinks Frankly's going to win, frankly. And this horse ran a nice second last year in a maiden special weight at Assiniboia Downs in his last start before the end of the meet. Coming back, has had a couple of works, April 19th, April 26th, May 3rd, May 10th. Yeah, I hear you, Groundhog. But we are, let's see. And let's see here. Race 5, order finish 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, and 3. This is an interesting race. I'll wait for Tim to get back. But then there's the horses in the right now, and definitely the 7, the first time starter, Jerry Lambert and Lynn Matthews, the owners here of Nickety Split. Kurt's got the try box 2, 3, 4, 7. Sticking in the 4 there for Ronaldo Cumberbatch and Judy Hunter. Judy's had one starter so far and one win. So you can't have a better start than that to a meet for sure. 10 minutes to go to race 6. Classic high five pool growing. Almost 300 tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, especially in the beginning of the meet, it's hard to put combinations together because without knowing who the trainers are, and we know who the trainers are, but sometimes we don't know their kind of if their motives, their tendencies in terms of starting out. Might want to give this horse a race. Might want to what they're trying to do, especially early in the meet, which can make it that much harder. Got $4 fixed odds in Australia for Nicky Split. Nice job, Fat. So this is an interesting race for sure. Kurt's got 4-7-2 and Stretch has got 7-2-4. So I'm seeing a pattern here. Marshawn just got in a fight. Love it, Colin. We got our number 1 pick thanks to him. He'll have played enough games that the Bruins pick went from a second round pick to a first round pick. So luckily, if he stays healthy, we should be just fine and make that qualification. Horse is getting ready. The weather still looks pretty good up there. They got some winter coats up there, so it could be a little bit chilly, but up there. But Nickety Split, if you guys are liking that 7, looks awful good there in the paddock. Ears pricked, looking very good. On the bit tonight, that could be a very interesting play. And we'll go over the field here a little bit while Tim's gone. We got mixed mini glazed donut. Tiffany Husbands of the famous Husbands family from Barbados has got a Deshaun Bino up on this one. This horse ran in 3 maiden special weights, but did not fare very well at all. And will definitely be a shock here from the rail. The 2, Frankly, who is the formulas pick, is Michael Knott and Badry coming together. Tim, who did you like here in race 6, my friend?
I had the 3 over the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do have the 7 as my 3rd pick in here. So obviously, I mean, we're talking a bunch of maidens, and nobody in here has really jumped off the page. So, I like to look at the first time starters. A 7 is definitely the best of those. And when you look at those works, the works are really solid, especially that last work, that 5 furlong 101. And you got to remember, we're only going 5 furlongs. So if the horse worked that, should be able to run it faster. And if you look at everybody else in the field, that makes that horse super competitive in here.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure the horse wins, but I think could definitely be a part. If you remember the pick 4 ticket I had 3 and 2 in here.
Yep. Very interesting race for sure.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is, if you look, they're both Michael Knott trained, so I really think he could go 1-2 here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Both A2 thoroughbreds, same owner. We've already had same owners go 1-2 or training go 1-2. Okay, we have owners go 1-2. Marshawn just got in a fight column. Our buddy Brad Marshall. Oops.
You remember the 5 I loved back in race number 3 was also the same connections, Michael Nault for A2 Thoroughbreds and True North.
Yep.
So they won that one.
Two, three here. Yep. That's always the interesting thing about first timers is that him being on the outside. The one thing that will be interesting to watch about the 7 is if you're always is when you have first time starters that they tend to break towards the outside because there's nobody to the right side.
Break to the space.
Yeah, so they break for the open space. So be interesting to see how the 7 breaks tonight at 8-5. Let me see here. Check some exactas out here and see what we got here. Check it out here for you. Some exactas here. Let us know who you guys like out there as always. Neil's got a 247 try box. Good luck, Neil. Very similar. Gotcha, Dan. Dan's got 2-3 with the 4-7 exacta box. Or exacta.
The 7 has become the favorite right now, is currently 8-5. The win pool is only 4,000, but the 7 is 8-5. The 3 is 5-2. The 2 is 7-2.
Yeah. And the classic high 5 up to $5,000 here and growing. Those like to play. The horses are coming on the track.
When you look at the will pays in here, Sean, the 7 is the lowest in the double pool.
Yeah.
And also in the pick 3 pool.
Okay.
The 3 is second in both. The 2 third.
Okay.
The one thing I was going to say is if you're looking at the probables right now, the 3-2 exacta, even with the 7 being the favorite, the 3-2 exacta is the lowest in the exacta pool with $2,700 in the pool.
Okay.
But what I think is interesting is if you like a horse here, take a look at the next race because the doubles are paying really well.
They're very well, yeah, especially with 9 horses.
Yeah, the lowest double right now is paying 11 to 1, and that's the 3 with the 4 and the 7 with the 4 are both paying 11 to 1. So the double pool is paying pretty well. If you've got a horse you like here and a horse or 2 you like in the next race, doubles might be the way to go here.
Yep. And for those just kind of learning right now, is that here's an interesting thing here is when you're trying to pick the right things, like to do a 3-horse box in this spot really isn't a great thing because you're not going to make much back, Right. You have to be a little bit more convictive, you have more conviction as to 1 or 2 horses where you think might come in, because if you box 3 or 4, you still might win, but you're not going to win anything if you go up here,
I wish the 5 hadn't scratched out. I kind of like the 5 a little
bit.
Yeah,
no, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was another one of the first time starters that I thought could play a part. But looking at everybody else in here, I mean, the odds board is definitely pretty straight. So
Yep, you're correct, Dan. Yep. Badri is Nalt's top jock. Yep. Zero minutes to post.
yeah, Badri was up on the 5-horse that won for Nault earlier, and he was also scheduled to be on the 3 that scratched out of the first race for A2 Thoroughbreds.
Yeah. Yep.
Also trained by Nault.
So interesting. In the 7 is it 2-1?
The 3 has also come down to 2-1, so the 3 is starting to take some of the late money. The 3 is definitely the horse I liked more on top. That should mean the way my luck is going tonight that he finishes last.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take a shot at some doubles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the 3 on top of some doubles. Because
Are you surprised that Stretch isn't even using the 3? And neither is Kurt.
Neither one of them, but a little bit.
You know?
And if you look at that the double pull now, it's 3-4. 3-4 is paying the lowest.
Yep.
I thought to me that the 2 was the real standout in the next race for me. The 3-2 is paying $31.80 for $2. And I also thought the 6 and the 7 had a shot, and those are paying $84 and $40 for 2.
Yeah.
And now the 3 is the favorite.
Yeah.
And now we're where I thought we would be. The 2 was taking the early money and was the favorite. Then it was the 7, and now this is where I thought we'd be. I had the 3 on top.
All right, Tim. I got my bet.
Let's do it.
$2 tri-key, 2 over the 3, 4, 7.
With 3, 4, 7, right?
Yep, for $2. Yep.
That'll be $12.
Badgery jumping on for next race. We'll need Colin's sleepy time pick. Let me bring up our friend Kurt here.
Turn it loose. Just 2 left to go. No Knees Cookie, one of the 2 first-time starters.
Noni's Cookie.
And now just waiting on the 9-5 favorite, the other first-time starter, Nickety Slick. The field is set. They're at the post. And they're off. Breaking a little slow was Noni's Cookie and Nickety Split. Frankly, showing good early speed. Quickly
Go the whole way now.
to grab the lead by a half a length. Turn it loose, putting on all the pressure on the
Here
outside.
comes the 7, 4 to 5, running like a machine right now.
And now moving 3 wide.
Keep going, 2. Come on now.
Early lead through an opening
3's
quarter
got him.
of 24
Got him measured.
2 left to load, hugging the rail.
Coming up the rail. Taking
Taking
the short path.
The 3. Come on, 2. Keep going now, Badry.
Hitting the head of the lane. It's Nickety Split on the outside.
Come on, Badry. Keep going, kid. Keep going. Come on, Badry. No, these horses just quit. They don't even stay around. Look at this. They just, you can't even stay around on the top tonight.
No.
No one's staying on the top. They're all dying. Except for the first race, which is just 4 horses, and that wasn't even fair.
Turn it loose.
I'm not betting a first timer at 4 to 5.
No.
That they can have that. I'm trying to get value, and that's no value whatsoever on a first time starter, Assiniboia. But he was ultra impressive. Yep, Fap. You definitely got paid there. Yep. I'm not a 4 to 5 player in terms of.
I like the 7, but I just thought that 3 would do better. I'm disappointed at the run there, but got up for second.
I thought the 2 would do exact. So right now, folks, the 2 is you can tell that whoever's getting to the front is just absolutely dying. You know.
As your race winner, second goes to number 3, 2 left.
This is a not a speed favoring. So when we look at the last race, we are not looking for speed because that is not the way you're winning tonight.
Well, I will tell you that I think there's definitely speed in there. We know the 6 is always going to show speed, and that horse cannot even get 5 furlongs. That horse is like a 4 furlong specialist.
Yeah,
it always there in the beginning and then just goes backwards.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the 6 will be on the lead. The 2 is probably going to be out there.
The 1 will be right there too.
And I think the 7 will also be showing speed. The 1 as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of speed in the last race, which is why I said I thought this race really set up for somebody to potentially win at a price.
Yeah. We got Lisa Pruitt in the next race. Hey, Mini Glazed Donut got up for third. Had the 3 and the 7 underneath, just didn't,
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner here in race number 6. That's the impressive winner, number 7, Nickety Split.
Yeah, very nice, impressive. First time.
By speculating out of the mare's Spite of Success by Midshipmen. Owned by Jerry Lambert and Lynn Matthews. Trained by Tom Gardaby Jr. and ridden to victory by Rashad Knights. Time for the 5 furlongs, 101-4.
101-4.
Rashad is on fire so far.
Yeah, seriously, and that was very impressive. Yeah, 7-3. That's a nice exact. $11. Yeah, $11.80. Nothing wrong with that. If you have that, folks, congratulations. Colin said we need 6 likes for free picks next week. If you're watching it, haven't liked it, exactly. Yep. Yep. So we got one race to go here, folks.
Bringing us all the way back. You ready?
Yep.
I got it. I got it, Sean. No fear.
Yeah, no, I can't. I couldn't bet the 4 to 5 first timer either. Yeah, no, exactly. No, Fab. Those are even more impressive. Yep. Almost always you'll see an outside horse break out because there's nobody on the. They're always in the gate with another horse, and then they're on the outside, so they'll always go to the open space. They won't go to where the other horses are. They'll go to the open space, and then see, look how wide he was on the far. Exactly, because he's going to the open space. That's where the babies go. It's like if you don't have anybody to the side of you, you're going to the right because. But he just very great job by him. He just relaxed him and then brought him right on, and boom.
I got you, Paul.
Yeah, Tim's going to get us back and win. He's going to get us. He's got a good grasp on this last race. The formula's got 1754, 10 to 1 on Northern Echo. I'm not liking speed here tonight. This is not.
Yeah, and then you look at the one, and it's A2 Thoroughbreds, and Cumberbatch is up. Now, he did ride this one last year to the maiden win.
Yep. And he held. Yep.
But the way the track is playing tonight, I do not like the one.
No.
Will not even be on the board.
No.
I hate to say it, Sean. I hate to say it.
What's that? Whitehall's horse?
I like Whitehall.
Yeah. No, is that Dare to Endure? Yeah.
I do.
Absolutely.
That's why it's like, you know, I've been saying it all night long. Can't bet the guy and everything, but this horse just looks good.
Yeah.
But just like I said in the last race, if I like a horse tonight, bet against it.
Yeah.
But the 3 was right there last race.
Yeah.
The 6 is another one that this horse just can't hold a lead.
No.
Cannot hold a lead. Has one maiden win.
There's one horse I'm very interested to see what the odds are here.
Has a maiden win out of all of those races. But Sean, you didn't even mention the conditions here.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. Ready? I was just about to do that, my friend. Allowance purse 18,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races.
There it is.
There it is. Exactly. So we're looking for the best win.
And Sean, we have it by a mile.
Yeah.
By a mile.
Yeah.
Can you pick it?
Let's see. Here. Let's see. Well, the 4s was pretty darn good. And these 2 to 1. Which one is it?
Well, I mean, the one thing is, and I'm just looking at this, how does the 7 qualify for this race?
Yeah, yeah. He won the Buffalo.
Because he has 2.
Yeah, yeah,
This is a non-winners of 2 life.
yeah. This is right. Yep, yep.
So I don't know how he qualifies.
Okay. So maybe because his 2 wins are in the on Saskatchewan bred things there. This is open, so maybe he is only one. Is the only one won in open? No.
But I mean, but normally those are conditions, and you see that in the conditions.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, even this one is a Saskatchewan, but it's never won 2 races.
No. Exactly. Yeah.
How does that horse qualify? But that's not the one I like, Formula.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't know how that horse even qualifies for this race, but that is not the horse I like. The horse I like, should I say the horse I love, at 10-1 right now on the board.
Yeah, it's Mr. Splash. That's
Mr.
what I
Splash.
thought. Yeah.
Mr. Splash has by far the best win.
Yeah.
Did not win a maiden one.
No.
Won in a stakes race.
Right. And came closing even in the open race.
Yes. And then the other thing is this horse typically likes to sit just off of the pace and come with a run. And that's what we're seeing win tonight.
Yeah.
So that's the winning profile tonight, and we've got lots of speed in here. So
yeah.
Well, Formula, you've got the best win of the 7, but being that second win. But that's my point. I don't know how that horse qualifies because the best maiden win, the best first win is the 3 by far over the 7.
Right.
You can't count the second win as the best win.
Right.
Because I'm not just talking, best win overall for multiple winners. When I'm doing non-winners of 2, which is the angle that I consistently talk about in here.
I think this 3 is going to be real tough in here.
I love the 3 and at 9-1, we'll take that. But
yeah.
And who's riding the 3, Sean?
Yeah, our boy Rashad Knights, exactly.
Sean, how many wins does Rashad have so far tonight?
Yeah, I think that 2.
No, I think he's only got. Let me double check.
1? Oh no,
we got Stevenson, Badu, Badri,
Cumberbatch,
Bino.
He just won the last one, right?
Yeah. Rashad. Yeah, so he's only won 1.
Only won
every night so far. How many has he won?
Yeah, 4. Yeah,
2. He's won 2 every night. So this is the last race.
Yeah.
It's Rashad time.
It is. Love it. I'll be right back, my friend. Be right back.
I'm still trying to figure out if anybody in the chat knows, feel free to drop it in there because I have no idea how a horse with 2 wins qualifies for this race because it's not conditional. It's non-winners of 2 life, period. So I don't know how a horse with 2 wins qualifies for this race. I'm baffled. Good luck, Drew. The one looks tough on paper, and I would normally include the 1, maybe, but the problem is we've seen every race. The horses out front they're not holding. We have not had, I take that back. No, even in that race, we have not had a gate to wire winner tonight. I don't believe. Maybe race one. Race one was. Three looks good. Look at that. Up on the toes.
All right, we're back.
Trying to check out all the horses here, Sean, as they walk around the paddock. The three is looking really good.
The 9 from Will Rogers Downs, Frank.
You know, I like the 9 a little bit when I was looking at the 9 on paper, but I'm just not sure that the 9
Wow, is Jason Gourneau any related to the other Gourneau? That's interesting. I never noticed that.
What's that?
But what do you call it? I wonder if Jason Gourneau is related to Jerry Gourneau. Remember the guy that was suspended?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wonder if that's his son.
Not sure.
3 looks very good. That's his
Neil
nephew.
says it's
Right.
his nephew.
Oh, thank you, Neil. No, I was just curious. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. And Neil, that's right. You're right there. Yep. Huh.
Horses are coming out. We'll take a quick look here and then
Yeah.
how we're going to attack this last race. I was checking
Yeah.
out the will pays. The lowest in the will pays is the 4, who is your 5-2 favorite.
Lisa Pruitt, who's 50% so far with a third for horses that come out running. Nice bullet work there.
You know, Neil, I was wondering, and I never heard. It happened last year. It happened.
Yeah, we didn't know either. Yeah, we don't know.
And I mean, it's weird because it happened last year, and I expected him to be back this year, but we've still not seen him back.
Yeah, no, we don't really know what happened. All of a sudden, all of his horses were scratched. All of a sudden,
Yes.
and then we never saw him again.
And then what was the other guy that took over his mounts last year, Sean? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I forget who it was. Yeah,
I remember. If I saw the name, I always remember that was the person who did it. But
Bob Jackson's top picks are 3, 5, and 7. Mr. Splash looks very good on the track, by the way.
Man, I do like that horse. I'm telling you. And I love that taking a little bit of money, 8-1. Antonio on the 4.
All the conspiracy theorists out there. There's conspiracy theorists. Better luck next time. That's what they've been saying to me all night. Lemon Twist, Matthew Bennett, Carl Anderson. Oh, you'll be back home in June. Okay, Neil. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Yeah, Jason Gornell, the nephew of Jerry Gornell. A lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, Dennis. That's what you missed. Some of us have had good picks. Exactly. You pulled the Bob Baffert. Okay. 0 minutes to race 7, Tim.
All right, we better get in gear here.
I'm a little surprised how high the 3 is in the pick 3s. Coach D. Wayne had the 9. Wow.
Here we go, Sean.
All right. Bring us home a winner, Tim.
All right. We're going to take a shot here. We're going to play a $36 wager, use up our bankroll, try to come back.
Yep.
Taking a huge swing. We're going to play a dollar try key box. We're keying the 3. We need the key somewhere in the 3 somewhere in the try with the 2, 4, 6, 7.
Love it. Love it. Jenny Mack, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining us. Race 7, she's got exact box 3, 4, 5, 7. Win on the 7 and win place and show on the 3. Like that, Jenny. I like that. Thanks for joining us for the last race, my friend. I think the 3 looks good on the track, too. Dennis likes the 4, the 4, 9 with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. We have just one more race left. Kurt's going 2-9 with 2-9 with all. 2-9 all 2-9. Stretch is going 2 with 4-9 with all. And Stretch is going 20 to show on the 4. And Neil's going 2, 4, 9 straight right with him. Scott Letty, hey Scott. If the 7 gets out, it's a wrap. Scott, the people who have been getting out tonight have been getting shot with darts around the turn, except for the first race, because leaders have not been. Dan H. winning place in the 2. Thank you for joining us, Dan. Love to have you. 2 minutes to post. Let me take this off just 1 second here. Make sure that sound is not.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out as usual, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Love having you.
Time at Assiniboia.
Oh, it was a good time.
You know, we're still, the horses are still just working into shape and everything. Things will heat up, and we will definitely pick things up. Going forward, especially when the races get in, we get into our 6 furlong, 7 furlong, and mile races and things. So things will pick up a little bit, and we'll settle into a rhythm here and figure out how things are going on the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been pretty good to us the last couple of years.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Paul, as always. Yeah. Like I always say, folks, is that, my number one track is always Woodbine. The toughest weeks to bet at Woodbine are the first 2 weeks because you don't know who's going to take to the track, who's not taking the track, what Florida horses are going to like the track, what Florida horses aren't going to like the track. And you get huge trifectas because people have no idea what horses are going to do what trainers like are trying for what. So the first weeks are always the toughest.
You ready to throw the feed on, Sean?
Yep. Oh, did I not throw it on? Oh, I thought I had it on. My bad. There we go.
Now we're ready.
Now we're ready.
Good
Still
luck
need
to
some
everyone.
lights.
309 people tonight, Sean.
Yeah, thank you guys. And yep. Thank you, Groundhog. Do we got our cool video game music here for the last race? Let's see.
It's post time. There it is.
This is by far Matt DeSantis' favorite music of ever track.
Yeah, there's a lot of that these first couple of weeks, Neil. People just getting horses entered,
Yep.
racing them into shape.
Yep.
But things will settle down here.
Sure.
They always do.
And then you'll have the horses that are winning tonight that you think are world beaters, and 5 weeks later, everyone's caught up to them, and then
We need the kid. Let's go, Rashad.
Let's go, Rashad.
8-1.
The current slight favorite at 5-2, Dare to Endure. Walks right in. Conspiracy Theorist is
We'll also take a 6-3-7.
Yep. That would be nice. Ethan's got the 7 for his double.
Here comes Air Force Reserve.
OKC going up. Interesting. I don't think Minnesota's good enough, Paul. It's not going to be a big series.
Classic high five. 2,700 in the pool.
Air Force Reserve is going to get a little extra help from the gate crew.
I agree, Fat. And that.
We'll have Sean do the hamster dance.
There you go. Yeah. We'll get the mice from the Kia Soul commercials.
Air Force Reserve is in.
All right, we finally got Air Force Reserve in. We got 3 to go.
Yeah.
Next up, better luck next
And he
time.
says, stick the fork in the wolves. It's the end of the line. As the traveling Wilbury said, it's the end of the line.
Just 2 left to load.
Lemon Twist and Big Walk.
Northern Echo a little fractious in the gate.
Northern Echo.
That's the one.
It's the one. Okay.
Well, I mean, the one's been in there a long time.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Well, at least if he breaks slow, he's consistent with the other 8 races, the other 6 races.
That's a horse that wants out of the gate, though.
Lemon Twist getting a little extra help. That did the trick, is now in. Now
Big
just
walk,
waiting on Big
and we're all
Walk.
done. Let's go.
Air Force Reserve, a little fractious.
Air Force Reserve going to jump straight to the lead. Watch this. Watch that 6 horse.
And
Go.
you're off.
He got ping ponged all the way to the back.
He did, yeah.
Charlie.
He got
Flashing
crunched.
early speed with Northern Echo.
Charged in a nice
To the
spot there
inside, 3 wide.
at
Better
9 to
luck
1.
next time with in between horses. Dare to endure.
Air Force Reserve is never back there.
Flash sitting right in
No.
behind them. Another length and a half back. That's going to be Lemon Twist. Big Walk. Then another length to Air Force Reserve. And your early
Come on,
trailer,
Rashad.
Conspiracy Theorist. 23 and 4 the opening quarter. Suit Me Up Charlie and Dare to Endure. Battling it out as they
Come on,
hit
Rashad.
the head of the lane.
Come on, Rashad.
30 wide, Better
Get
Luck
this
next
horse
time.
going
Dare
now.
to Endure
Come on, Rashad.
now takes over.
Come on,
Better
Rashad. Get him
Luck
up for
next
3rd.
time to the outside.
Come on.
Suit Me Up.
Come on, Rashad.
A late rally from Big
No,
Walk,
you just
but
can't. No.
Dare to Endure is gonna
Now
do it
Whitehall
by
wins.
3.
What'd I tell you?
Close for
Yeah,
second
yeah,
and
yeah,
third
yeah.
between Suit Me Up Charlie and Better Luck
4,
next
4,
time.
4.
Air Force Reserve.
I mean,
rallies
that's what I told you going into it. I said, Sean,
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
Whitehall.
Yep, yep. He's off the schneid.
He finally, I was about to say the same thing.
Dennis, no one has been able to hang on all night. If you're in the lead on this track, it is beyond dead. You
No.
just
Exactly.
there's just no holding. I mean, there's just no, and they just quit. I mean, they're just quitting. They're not holding. They're 2 did well but
time for the 5
to stay in it, but they're just getting engulfed. Oh yeah,
The 1 was dead last.
that 1 was dead last. Yeah. Mr. Whitehall.
The 7 made it really close for second.
He did, yeah. Yeah.
May have gotten up over the 2.
Again, we had the right church, the wrong pew.
That's all right.
3-7-2.
We'll be back at it.
Oh, absolutely. Air Force Reserve did well to get up for a 4th.
Charlie, 4th to number 6, Air Force Reserve, and 5th to number 9, Big Walk.
You know, it went once again, Sean, the key horse wasn't there and everybody else was. I should have keyed somebody else. It's just like,
And Jen, nice job. You had you had the win on the 7, but Jen had the exacta though. Good job, Jen.
if you look at my 4 horses underneath, Sean,
Yeah,
that's your super.
yeah, and we've done that so many times the past couple of weeks. We have everybody that's just the wrong key. And absolutely, Jen, nice job. Great job, my friend. Perfect.
Well, I'm glad he finally got a win. Maybe now he'll start doing something.
Now we'll start exactly. Now watch next week. We'll probably have like 6 furlong races, and or he'll really start motoring.
I hope so.
Now entering the winner's enclosure.
Neil said he should have keyed their car.
Number 7, that's number 4.
That would have been a better key, Neil. I can buy into that one.
By Yoshida.
Yeah.
The mare Galena Point by
With the
Sapphire,
bookies.
owned by Arneson Farm.
All right. Whitehall is off the schnog.
He is. He's up. Look at that. He's like, finally, I'm off the thing. Look at that. And she what is she now? 3 for 5 now. Crazy. Look at the exacta 27. Not bad exact at all there, Jenny Mac. Well done. Oh, well.
I was looking at that pick 4 that we were talking about. 404 paid 244. So
Wow.
not horrible. Not horrible. That is my favorite wager at Assiniboia. So we'll be back at that one.
Yep. So George hit the try. Nice job, George. Well done. Well done, my friend. Love to hear that. So live racing returns tomorrow night, but we will return on Thursday night for the lounge, the cocktail lounge. And we'll also be back here on Tuesday night next week to get revenge on the Assiniboia. And but we had some fun regardless, and you guys are all a huge key part of that, my friends. We're still kind of learning the track and then learning the new people and the new trainers and all that stuff, and the new shooters from Fauner and you know how they're working. A lot of different trainers this year, Tim. But you know, Fat Bap, good job on your horse winning there with the 7, and exactly. So on behalf of my man Riders Up Tim, and I'm Spin Nation, John Patrick Nolan. We'll see you on Thursday night for the cocktail lounge. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good day.